What's up, guys? Steve Holmes here with another internet drum lesson video because I noticed a shortage of drum lesson videos on the internet, so I thought I'd get started doing my part. All right, seriously. Here we are at the drum shed in North Hollywood. We can hear people practicing in other different rooms. Everyone's working on the craft. Everyone's practicing. So there's good vibes here today. Today's topic is metric modulation. This is going to be one of those videos where there's going to be a fair bit of talking and explaining. So if you're one of these folks that needs the quick video and doesn't like a lot of talking, you should probably turn this off now. Okay? See you later. All right. For those of you that stay, congratulations. This video is going to perfectly explain to you the concept of 3/4 metric modulation. I thought we would use that metric modulation that I demonstrated, which is 3/4. So I'm playing basic groove to the quarter note, and then I'm taking the notes of that basic groove, and instead of them falling on the quarter note, they're falling on the half note triplet, okay, which is 3 against 4. In order to do the 3/4 metric modulation, you have to have a good understanding of triplets and how they relate to each other. I would suggest taking some time and writing that stuff out and creating what I call the triplet tree, okay? Just write out bar of 4/4, write out 60-note triplets, and then bring down every other one, and you'll see that that's 8th-note triplets. Then bring down every other 8th-note triplet, and you'll see that that's quarter-note triplets. And then you bring down every other quarter-note triplet, you'll see that that's the half-note triplet. That's 3/4, okay? Visualizing that on a piece of paper helped me a great deal. Actually, just doing the exercise of writing it out forces you to understand where those notes fall in relation to the quarter note, and as we know from previous videos, it's all about where the notes fall in relationship to the quarter note, okay? The best thing to do to get started with that is play a basic groove in 4/4, play quarter note triplets with both hands, say snare drum and ride cymbal together, and I'm gonna keep 4 on the floor while I do that, okay? And after I do that for a bar, I'm gonna start accenting every other one, every other quarter note triplet, okay, starting on the downbeat. And immediately that's gonna sound deceptive to those of you that hasn't spent a lot of time listening or thinking about this stuff, okay? So let's do that. I'm gonna turn on the clicks. Okay, so what I did there is I played a basic groove. I started to play quarter note triplets with both hands, ride cymbal and snare drum. I did 4 on the floor while I was doing that. Then I started accenting every other one, and then I only played the half note triplet with both hands, okay, while keeping the hi-hat going, okay? So it's 3/4 for 2 bars, okay? The first bar is bass drum, snare drum, bass drum. That's the first group of 3/4. The second bar, snare drum, bass drum, snare drum, that's the second bar 3/4 phrase, okay? So you can kind of get a sense of what the metric modulated groove sounds like. The key is to get the ride cymbal or the hi-hat going during that modulated groove so it sounds like every other groove, right? So how do we do that? The answer is to play a basic groove in 4/4, then keep that groove going with the bass drum and the snare drum playing quarter notes. Then start to get the quarter note triplet going with the right hand only. 1 and 3, 2 and 4, never stopping, okay? Then you put that bass drum and snare drum alternating against the quarter note triplet. all about internalizing how 3/4 sounds, how those even 3 notes sound against the real quarter note, okay? At the beginning, I would recommend singing 3/4 against music. Put on any tune that's in 4/4, sing quarter note triplets against it. Sing quarter note triplets and start accenting every other one. Sing the half note triplet against it, okay? Do it for a couple of bars. Sing the bass drum and the snare drum alternating against the half note triplet, okay? Sing these grooves along with music. Turn on a click and sing this stuff along to the click. That's the mental practice, all right? Let's play it like a shuffle. Let's start with a groove that's already based on triplets and then go into 3/4, which is also based on triplets, okay? This is cool because the 3/4 stuff is really applicable to jazz-oriented music, shuffles, blues, even like 6/80 kind of stuff, if it's like triplet-y 6/8 kind of stuff. It's all applicable. It all comes back to lining up on the grid to the real quarter note. And now we're getting into like having that freedom that I love, because once you start understanding this stuff, you can apply it to different things and different grooves, because all music, almost all music, has the quarter note in common. So let's try that. Let's try like a shuffle, and then we'll do the modulation over it, okay? All right, let's try another. Let's try jazz. Let's try jazz. I think you get the point. It's all about triplets, okay? Every fourth triplet, every fourth eighth note triplet is 3/4. Every other quarter note triplet is 3/4. The half note triplet is 3/4. Practice this enough so where you're like at, you know, you're not at 100% energy to do it. Like I always say, you practice something enough, you get past the point where it takes 100% effort to do it, because if you're playing at 100%, you sound like you're playing at 100%, and a lot of times that doesn't sound relaxed, okay? The less effort it takes, the more relaxed you are, the more relaxed you are, the more relaxed you sound, the more relaxed you sound, the better it will groove, and the more control you have over dynamics, and the more brain power you have to focus on other stuff, okay? Like dynamics, and geez, this venue sounds so much different than the other venue, and the guitar player's too loud, and I can't hear the vocals, and all the other things that are unpredictable X factors on the gig that you have to worry about on the gig, but not necessarily in the practice room, okay? Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, click on things, do the things. Let's have fun, let's keep the internet videos going, okay?